great fun game, as I said. See you tomorrow.
Tonight, a joyride turns deadly as a pedestrian is hit. A Bundaberg man accused of torturing 2 women. Calls for better education on Fraser's natural dangers. And a new bagging ban for boaties.
Across the wide Bay Burnett, this is 7 News with Rob Brough.
Good evening. Thanks very much for joining us. A Sunshine Coast man killed by an alleged out-of-control stolen car in Bundaberg is being remembered as a much-loved father and grandfather who adored his family. David Mallet was planning to retire. Now his family is heartbroken and a driver is facing multiple charges.
Father of 3, David Mallet was married for more than 40 years and would do anything for his family. The 63-year-old had been in Bundaberg on a business trip. He recently posted on Facebook his plans to sell up and retire. Now he won't get that chance. Wife Julie telling 7 News life without him is going to be extremely difficult. Last night, the Sunshine Coast man was walking along Bourbon Street when an alleged stolen car lost control, crossing lanes of traffic, then mounted the curb in a cloud of dust.
In doing so, it's rotated around and it's crashed into one of the large bollards and then rotated around where it struck the pedestrian.
Mr. Mallet didn't stand a chance.
He's attempted to turn away and to get out of the way of the vehicle.
Witnesses called for help, but he died at the scene.
Unfortunately, it's a scene that I see as a crash investigator too often.
It really brings home that speed kills.
Police allege Robert Noel Fisher stole the car from Avenel Street just over an hour before the fatal crash.
Police were at the station actually putting on that report. An other individual was following the vehicle, a civilian who has assisted police.
The driver was taken to hospital with minor injuries.
However, he is now being charged and there will be further charges pending.
The case was adjourned to tomorrow morning. Mr. Mallet's wife says the driver has to pay the price for what he's done. She's hoping the justice system works. Hope Wilson, 7 News.
A Bundaberg man has been arrested accused of horrific acts of domestic violence against 2 women. Police have praised the women for coming forward, which led to an extensive tactical operation to catch their alleged tormentor. Hope Wilson has more.
Rob, police say the man is accused of serious acts of domestic violence against 2 women, which escalated over the past month. It's alleged he held one woman hostage, punched her in the head, kicked her in the stomach and threatened her with a pistol. The other woman was allegedly held against her will and hit in the face with a pistol multiple times.
We put an extensive amount of time and man-hours into locating this individual, once we became aware of it.
Specialist crews were brought in from Brisbane to help track down the accused. Officers scoured the Avoca area at Canefields yesterday afternoon before the 30-year-old was arrested on Heidke Street near Sugarland Shopping Centre. He's facing 38 charges.
Very serious charges on the upper end of the scale.
The women were taken to hospital for treatment. They'll also receive support from police and other agencies.
They're both overjoyed. They finally feel some safety. The fear and the cycle of DV sometimes doesn't allow victims to speak up. So we're very fortunate and glad that they did so that we could bring this male to hopefully to justice through the courts.
The man made no bail application when he appeared in the Bundaberg Magistrates Court this morning. He's due to face court again in September. Rob.
Thank you very much, Hope. Just a reminder, if you need help, contact the Domestic Violence Helpline on 1800 811 811. Fraser Island's renowned World Heritage Site is wonderful, but it has a wild and dangerous side. Environmental group Save Fraser Island Dingoes is campaigning for more signage and education in the wake of Saturday's fatal shark bite.
Experienced spear fisherman Matthew Tratt knew the risks of his favourite pastime, which ultimately took his life.
Even when you know the problems, things can go wrong, and that's what's gone wrong horribly here, unfortunately.
Dingoes and sharks are among Fraser Island's natural predators, but Malcolm Kilpatrick is worried tourists aren't being exposed to enough educational material before jumping on the barge.
It's been very difficult getting people to understand that something that looks as friendly as your backyard dog is not. and the sharks are the same. They're just doing their job. They're looking for food.
The group also believes it's unfair that calls to cull dingoes after an attack are swift, but sharks escape the net.
For us, it's sad because we know the dingo immediately would get an E code and would be destroyed.
The state government didn't respond before deadline, but has previously stated it won't cull sharks. Malcolm says tourists should holiday with eyes on the back of their heads.
You go for a wilderness experience, enjoy it, but enjoy it at, knowing the risks.
Ashley Whittaker, 7 News.
Labor Senator Anthony Chisholm has called on the government to extend its JobKeeper scheme. In Bundaberg today, Mr Chisholm said around 11,000 workers across the seat of Hinkler were relying on the wage assistance.
The economic recovery here in Bundaberg and Hinkler will be much stronger if JobKeeper is around for longer and people know that they will have that support from the federal government that they need to ensure that the recovery is a smoother one here in Hinkler.
The program is set to finish in September, with the Treasurer to announce the results of a review later this month. State Government has issued a no-take ban on 2 popular fish species found off the Queensland coast for the first time. Commercial and recreational anglers are being urged to read up on the new rule ahead of its introduction next week.
Snapper and pearl perch will be off limits and off the menu from July 15.
That is a shame for the recreational fishers, I think, given that the bag limits are quite low already.
Currently, anglers can take 4 snapper and 4 perch from the sea, but stocks are getting dangerously low.
It's a vital step for sustaining our fisheries for our future and our children and grandchildren.
It's the first time the 2 species have been under a no-take direction.
We don't want to end up in a situation like South Australia, where they've had to close the season for 3 years.
The bagging ban will run for a month. Anglers are being urged to respect the closure and release any fish that are caught.
Plenty of de-hooking devices, on the market. But if it's swallowed it, then you're best off just cutting your line.
If caught with the banned species, recreational fishers could face on-the-spot fines exceeding $500. Commercial enterprises will be fined double that.
If you do catch it and it dies on deck, you've got to throw it back. And if the fisheries come along, there it is, and you will be pinged.
Ashley Whittaker, 7 News.
Local drivers on their open and provisional licences can now sign up for a State First trial. A digital licence app is being tested here in the Wide Bay, in the hope it will eventually be expanded across Queensland. The app creators believe the invention will make any transactions involving the use of a licence faster and safer. Locals can express interest online or by contacting the Maryborough MP's office. A charity that uses the healing power of horses to help the vulnerable is in line to receive a funding boost. It'll use the $140,000 federal government grant to build a new activity centre.
Jake Osborne arrived at Hope Rains, a frustrated and angry little boy. He was always getting into trouble.
I was on the footy field and I'd lose it and then get sent off.
But his new friend Lightning helped Jake focus and stay calm. Lightning is blind and has learned to trust the 13-year-old, and Jake is learning from Lightning too.
And then every game after that I imagined Lightning was with me and didn't want to scare him.
Participants of all ages find purpose in the programs run at Hope Rains just outside of Gympie.
It's not a riding program. We actually see ourselves as a relationship program, and it's about connecting people with horses, with people, with this community.
But after 10 years, they need an upgrade. A $140,000 government grant will go towards building a new activity centre.
The facility is going to weatherproof our program, so we can run whether it's hot or wet.
Everyone is just so sincere about what they do. They're so genuine, and that's what makes the magic happen here at Hope Rains.
The centre should be ready for next year.
The young people will just take leaps and bounds forward and hopefully use these experiences to catapult off into a successful life.
Built from the bond between horse and rider.
It makes me feel respectful and loved.
Katie Tony, 7 News.
Special relationships We'll take a break in a moment. A huge boost for a hard-working Dunga Derby team and the host of Harvey Bay attractions for a holiday at home.
From Subway sensations to the biggest stage in the world.
Never seen anything like that.
Get ready for jaw-dropping action.
Just pull it out. I can.
New America's Got Talent. Wednesday, 7:30 on 7.
Not all mattresses are the same. We refine and tune time and time again because it's what's inside that counts. And that's what makes it, clearly, a Sealy.
Find your dream caravan at Harvey Bay Caravans. Choose from the new Nova range or the exclusive range of Vivid caravans. Plus there's used vans, parts and accessories and on-site workshop. Harvey Bay Caravans, 57 Old Maryborough Road.
Head to Macca's if a little treat is what you need and get 6 of our new delicious donut balls for just $3 or 18 chicken McNuggets and 2 large fries for $9.95.
At the heart of RACQ is Queenslanders helping Queenslanders. With the support of our members, together we are making a difference. We've raised vital funds for UQ's COVID-19 research. The RACQ helicopter and jet rescue network is assisting with patient transfers. And now RACQ Foundation is extending funding to community groups impacted by COVID-19. Together, we're helping Queensland's recovery. That's what it means to be a member of RACQ.
Sandpiper for sale now at the Anchorage. High-spec home with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, walk-in pantry and much more. Only $395,000. Phone for an appointment today at the Anchorage. Lifestyle Living's ultimate location, Harvey Bay.
Don't be a tosser and toss your containers out. Save these fellas up and bring them into ABC Recycling for instant cash.
Get out of town.
Yeah, that's right. We're just out of town behind the Tennis Centre on Victoria Street. It's as easy as ABC Recycling. And remember, be kind to your mum.
At the Optical Superstore Bundaberg, you're never short of options. Our highly skilled staff focus on helping you choose the perfect frames with fully covered options for Health Fund members. Plus, most eye tests can be bulk billed. Isn't it time you visited the Optical Superstore Bundaberg?
G'day, I'm Alex. I am 110% ready to fall in love.
I'm ready. I could definitely fall in love with Alex. No one's ever done something like this for me. I don't want to watch someone fall in love in front of me.
I've bitten off a bit more than what I can chew. I think this farmer is one step closer to finding his wife.
New Farmer Wants a Wife. This July on 7. Tasty, affordable and delicious. What's for dinner in the next break with Coles?
Nice having you with us here on 7 News. A national analyst predicts Gympie will be a future real estate hotspot for regional Queensland. Terry Ryder is consulting with our region's politicians and business owners, devising a report to attract potential investors.
Gympie could be a town on the grow. Analyst Terry Ryder from hotspotting.com.au says the former gold mining town has a lot to offer.
The question is, do people out there know about it?
Terry's working with local leaders on an investment report to promote the township, enticing more business owners and professionals.
There are key stakeholders here this morning, including all levels of government and the private sector.
Gympie real estate is affordable and the multi-phase highway upgrades will improve connectivity.
Gympie also has a surprisingly number of really big companies with a presence here, like Nestle. A lot of people don't know that. There's some very big alternative energy projects proposed and approved for this region.
The Chamber of Commerce says Gympie could benefit by diversifying the town's economy.
We're excellent in what we know well, agriculture, manufacturing. I think where we can grow is the IT sector. I think we can attract those people that can't afford to buy at Noosa.
Council also hopes to update its contract and tendering processes.
So we can ensure that when we're told that suppliers will engage local contractors, that they actually do.
The final report will be posted online. Simon Nichols, 7 News.
The Dunga Derby team has been surprised by a generous financial boost. The Dungatoon squad were in tears when they were handed a $5,000 cheque from the recycling centre in Nickenbar. The members worked hard to raise the money by manning the barbecue 3 days a week, but they didn't know until today just how much cash they'd collected.
It means a lot to us because we try our hardest to raise money for the Fraser Coast, for the unfortunate kids and families here, and to get a cheque like $5,000 is, boom, just blowing our mind.
Terrific, wasn't it? Now, the team will continue to raise money ahead of the Derby scheduled date in October. Well, if you're choosing to holiday at home, and why not? We've got the best places in regional Queensland. Tonight, though, we're in our own backyard of the Fraser Coast, where the world-class beaches are just the start of a stunning tourist trail.
Fraser Island's pristine ecosystem is like no other in the world. The Butchulla people are welcoming tourists back to their piece of paradise, also known as Gari, after the island was closed to visitors earlier this year. It's the perfect place to spot dingoes, explore the rainforest and lose hours four-wheel driving on the biggest sand island on Earth.
The lakes are fresh, the beach is great. I hear there's plenty of fish around too, so it's a great time to come and visit us here on Fraser.
And in the sheltered waters created by Fraser Island, whale season is just beginning. Whale watching tours run daily from Hervey Bay and offer visitors an incredible chance to get close to the playful mammals.
The best whale watching on the planet. You've just got to get to Hervey Bay. It is the ultimate to experience wildlife out on the water.
But if the lake-like bay and long walks on the Rangan Pier aren't for you, then Maryborough offers an entirely different experience. Half an hour inland from Hervey Bay, the historic town is adorned with quintessential heritage homes and is brimming with charm.
Maryborough is such a unique and quirky place to get a sense of our history and to see art and culture.
Ashley Whittaker, 7 News.
Yeah, not a bad spot, eh? Let's get into the sport. Now, look, our motocross riders treated to a special coaching session today.
They certainly were, Rob, and there's few better people for the juniors to learn from than Dean Ferris. We'll have more on that next. Plus, an exciting announcement for the Fraser Coast aspiring soccer superstars.
Hi guys, Dan and Steph back with you again, thanks to Coles. What's for dinner tonight in our household is a beautiful hearty beef stew with herb dumplings. Now this is going to feed the whole family for under 20 bucks, so let's make it happen.
Right, the first step with this one, guys, very simple. We're going to cut up our gravy beef. So we've got the beautiful Australian gravy beef. So this one is great value for money, and we're going to dice this up, we're going to coat it in flour and we're going to fry it off. So we're going to get those nice flavours happening already for this beautiful gravy beef stew. So whilst that's frying off the beef, guys, I'm just going to chop up our onion and garlic, get that ready because that's next to go in. We've mixed it up today. I noticed that Coles do these wonderful soup packs. We've got the parsnips, we've got the carrots, we've got the celery, we've got the onions, we've got the turnips, and we've got a potato. Hear that nice sizzle, guys? So now we're going to deglaze the pan with our beef stock and get all that beautiful flavour off the bottom of the pan. Next step, we add our tomato paste, good couple of tablespoons, good slug of our balsamic vinegar. You can see we've got a nice gravy going at the moment. We're now going to add all our veggies.
We're almost there with the stew. It's about to go in the oven, but we're going to pack it for more flavour. We have a bunch of parsley. We're going to use the roots into the stew and the leaves for the herb dumplings later. And we have some thyme as well.
So our stew is ready to go in the oven now. We're going to put it in for 2.5 hours at 150 degrees. And then we're going to crack on with our dumplings. So we're on to our dumplings, guys. This step's very easy. We're going to add 300 grams of flour. We're going to add salt, pepper, our fresh herbs and all our wet ingredients, and we're going to mix them up until the right consistency for a dumpling. You want it to be a little bit sticky and not too firm. We just want to add a little bit of water to bring that consistency together for us.
Okay, so it's been 2.5 hours and our hearty beef stew has been cooking away in the oven.
Smells delicious. You've got the little bit of balsamic coming through. We've got all those beautiful root veggies. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get our dumplings in. The stickier it is, the lighter, the fluffier the dumplings will be. And we just want to get a golf ball size, and you don't want to play around with them too much, but then we just want to plonk that in. Easy as that, guys. So we've got our dumplings in there, lid back on, in the oven, another half an hour.
Our hearty beef stew is coming out of the oven.
Scoop it out into a big bowl, absolutely delicious, perfect for winter. And don't forget, guys, under $5 a serve. So get into Coles, get all your ingredients and get cooking.
Welcome back to 7 News. A-League club the Brisbane Roar have announced the Fraser Coast will become the latest region to house a player development hub for the club's academy. Now, the program is designed to provide local juniors with expert training and a pathway to the Roar's first team setup.
A Fraser Coast footballer may just be Australian soccer's next big thing.
It's all about getting as many kids as possible through, measured, trained, skilled, identified, and then progressed onwards.
And if so, A-League side Brisbane Roar making sure they'll be there to snap up the talent. Queensland's only top-tier football club confirming its academy will expand to include a Fraser Coast hub.
This is about being able to follow your dreams. It's a pathway to elite football in an A-League. So it's a great opportunity for them to be exposed to some of the best coaches and players in the country.
The club witnessed firsthand the talent of the Fraser Coast player pool during a pre-season friendly last year.
I thought they did a wonderful job that evening. Those who can remember, they did score first. I certainly do. And we're certainly hoping this year we can replicate the same.
The hub will host training camps, development sessions and talent acquisition programs to ensure the region not only develops quality footballers, but provides them with a pathway to the top.
Somewhere amongst the many thousand kids that participate in the Fraser Coast region, there'll be one at least who's going to make it.
The Roar will host a free holiday clinic at the Fraser Coast Sports Precinct this weekend. Liam Bland, 7 News.
Hervey Bay and Maryborough Hockey Associations have released the draw for the first round of the Fraser Coast League fixtures to be played this weekend. Now, the opening game of the season hits off at 3:20 on Saturday afternoon, and we'll see Brothers take on the Bro-Roos in Hervey Bay. Following that clash, the Magpies will take on Granville, also on the turf in Tavistock Street. The same clubs will take to the field again at 6, with the club's women set to start their FCLW season. The Hervey Bay Motocross Club today welcomed one of the sport's most successful Aussie talents to its course. Dean Ferris has represented the country 6 times and is one of only 4 Aussies to win an MX Grand Prix. The Speed Demon spent the day with local riders sharing his tips and tricks to tear up the track.
It's been an exciting return to sport for the Hervey Bay Motocross Club. Members were welcomed back to the Dundarran track on Sunday and were today treated to a coaching clinic from one of Australia's best.
I planned on doing this after the MX Nationals this year, but because that's on pause, we're doing it right now.
3-time Australian champion Dean Ferris has been making the most of his empty schedule to pass on his expertise to aspiring riders.
In particular, working on sand skills, because Hervey Bay at Dundarran Road here is really sandy and really soft. So been making sure that these students get around here really efficient, and a lot of high-end skills as well, like lofting the front wheel.
Beyond bike skills, Dean's lessons focused on sports psychology and the mental aspect of riding.
Oh, I loved it. It was so good, so much fun, and I really got a lot out of it. Not often you get to hang around a rider of his calibre. I want to get to his level one day.
Dean will return to Hervey Bay next month to race in the Queensland MX State Championship. Liam Bland, 7 News.
Certainly looks like everyone had a good time.
What a wonderful opportunity, mate, eh? Thank you very much, Luke. Lives along in a moment with the holiday weather. We're back after the break here on 7.
What is going on here?
I thought you deserved something special.
Oh boy.
They're all in for an almighty fall. A romance could fall apart. And best mates.
I love you and I hate you so much.
Fall out. Ready to pounce. Cool. Is the last one.
I'll think about it.
Anyone suspects.
They've completely underestimated me.
New Big Brother, tonight on 7.
Discover something new. Streaming for free on 7+.
Find these weekly specials at Cornets. It's Pet Week with Schmackos for only $5.99. Chicken necks half price at $1.99 a kilo. And 30% off the Purina pet accessories range. Cornets, as fresh as it gets.
This week at Truckloads, dehumidifiers, only 2 for $3. 32-litre wheelie bins, just $10. Hand sanitizer, 500ml, $3.99. Automatic hand sanitizer stations, just $1.79. Truckloads, Pie Place, Hervey Bay.
Tackle Vans are your family-owned caravanning experts with the entire range of new age caravans on display. Touring, family, on-road, off-road, campers and toy haulers. Tackle Vans have them all, along with a massive range of quality used vans. Plus a huge parts and accessories showroom stocking everything you need. Tackle Vans workshop staff are all fully qualified tradesmen handling any job, big or small. So when you're ready to explore Australia, see Dale and the team and start your journey with Tackle Vans to Calvin Street, Bundaberg.
At Drake Supermarkets, we've got ingredients for the cheeky days and the sneaky days, the chill days and the barbecue grill days. Drake Supermarkets.
Ingredients for every day.
Did someone say KFC?
How do we make dentistry affordable? It can be as easy as breaking your treatment into stages, choosing something more simple, or using one of the payment plans we have available. We want to meet your goal within your budget.
Farm fresh to you every day at Everfresh. We're celebrating Pet Week with schmackos for only $5.99. Chicken necks half price at $1.99 a kilo and 30% off the Purina pet accessories range. All at Everfresh Food Market.
Good evening, Livio Regano with tonight's weather. Showers have appeared in the usual hotspots as per yesterday's plan, mainly the Cassowary Coast, Whitsundays and Fraser Island. Tomorrow they'll spread to the remaining east coast where they'll stick around for the rest of this week, but inland areas should remain mostly sunny. 24 degrees atop today now, provincial capital after a low this morning of 11, which is about 1 above average. Gympie was decidedly chilly at sunrise, just 2 degrees. Let's take a look at the satellite loop now. We haven't seen that much in the way of shower activity today. All falls below 10 millimetres, mostly less than 1. A few little patches of high cloud. You can see they're moving across northern New South Wales. And the first of the actual showers did appear around the Whitsunday coast. Cassowary coast here, of course, very dull with the enhancement on this satellite loop, and a couple around Fraser. This is today's chart. The main high pressure system moving across Tasmania. Weak front moving out to the Tasman Sea. Winds are still largely southerly, so showers are still mostly parallel to the coast, but just making it ashore in those exposed areas I was talking about. Tomorrow's chart, winds will still be a steady southeasterly, almost strong force as we get into the far north, and that's where the showers will be most prevalent, but they'll spread all the way down to the coast simply because the winds are generally more onshore. And then for the outlook chart, the high moves further out to the Tasman Sea, a very unstable situation where the whole east coast will get showers. It looks like places like the Darling Downs might just survive with 1 or 2 little bits of cloud around the granite belt. Latest now from the Weather Bureau. Boating forecast for Hervey Bay waters. South to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots tomorrow and Thursday. A little bit lighter on Friday. Fraser Island offshore, east to southeast between 10 and 20 knots, this time on a 2-metre southerly swell. Thursday's winds much the same. Friday, straight easterly. The high tide's getting later and also smaller as we pull gradually away from Sunday's full moon. Tomorrow the ocean height peaks around 10:40 a.m. and then quickly falls. The Wide Bay Burner District, a high chance of showers tomorrow, mainly near the coast. Bundaberg 13, a warmer night, 23 tomorrow. Gympie 8 to 23, 22 for Hervey Bay, 23 again for Maryborough. And looking ahead for Bundy, nothing's really changed since yesterday. The risk of showers will remain for as long as the southeast wind keeps blowing, with days remaining cool but nights getting warmer. A photo tonight for your enjoyment, taken from Lake Kutharabah with steam fog covering the water surface. Often happens on winter mornings when the land cools below the temperature of the lake. Thanks, Leanne Airy, for the photo. Enjoy this pleasant evening, and now it's back to the team.
Livio, thank you very much, mate. As always, thank you for your company. Just a reminder, if you'd like to watch our news again, you can see it on 7+. We'll look forward to catching you tomorrow night. Take care. Good night.